It's the 5th of April. I am 28 weeks and 2 days pregnant. I have COVID. It might be interesting to document how COVID goes for me while I'm pregnant, because I feel like there's not a lot of information out there on like the combination of like being pregnant and also having COVID. Like there's lots of information about COVID, lots of information about pregnancy obviously, but not a lot about both together. And obviously it'll be different for everybody, and it depends on vaccination status, it depends on like how far through the pregnancy you are. It'll depend on a lot of things, but I just thought that you might like to know how it goes for me. At the end of the day, I was like blowing my nose a lot, like I had a very runny nose, which is honestly pretty typical for me. And we had our lawn mowed on Sunday, and so I just kind of thought, oh, there'll have been something in the grass that's like making my nose run a bit more than usual. And then so yesterday was Monday. I didn't feel 100% Monday morning. I just felt like a little bit run down, and I still thought that it was because of the grass. And I just thought to myself, I'll go to school, and if it's because of the grass, then I'll feel better once I'm at school. And if I don't feel better, then I'll take the next day off. Because by the time I get up, it's kind of too late to organise a reliever. So really, if I need a reliever, I need to be telling school the night before. So I was like, I'll just go to school today, and then I'll get a reliever for tomorrow if I need to. But anyway, I went to school, mentioned to my team leader that I wasn't feeling like 100%. I was like, I'm fine, but I just feel like I've got a bit of hay fever or something. And she was like, oh, you should go to the office and take a test, because that's how COVID started for me, because she had COVID a few weeks ago. And I was like, oh, it won't be. It'll either be like the start of just a normal cold, or it'll just be hay fever. But anyway, I went and took a test, and it literally came up straight away that I had COVID. And I just started crying straight away. I'm not worried about me. I know that my immune system is strong enough to handle COVID. And even during pregnancy, I know being sick during pregnancy is worse than usually when you just get sick and you're not pregnant. But I know still that I will be fine. I was just worried about baby. COVID's just not been around long enough for there to be enough research and enough data about how it affects the baby. The only kind of connection that's been made so far is that it can increase the chance of preterm labor. Luckily, I am 28 weeks, which is past the age of viability. It means that if the baby were to be born even now, they would be considered extremely premature, but chances are they would be fine. Obviously, we're hoping that I don't have the baby now, and I don't think when it says preterm labor, it doesn't mean like as soon as you get COVID. It just means like towards the end of the pregnancy, rather than making it to 40 weeks, you might only make it to like 36, 37 weeks, that kind of thing. But anyway, I freaked out. I was crying. I came straight home. The midwife said that, and I am fully vaccinated, so I've had the 2 normal like vaccination shots, and also I've had the booster. So I'm as vaccinated as I can be. The midwife called and said that from what she's seen so far, with fully vaccinated people, there have been no nasty outcomes for the baby. So I have given myself the best chance of, you know, protecting this baby. So hopefully everything will be fine. Anyway, she told me what I can take, what I can't take. I haven't had to take anything yet. I'm doing okay so far. Like, I've got a scratchy throat, I've got a runny nose, and I have very low energy. Like, I basically sat in bed and did nothing yesterday, and I was still ready to lie down and like go to bed properly at like 7 o'clock in the evening, as though I'd been at work all day. So yeah, definitely less energy than normal, but I haven't had anything dramatic yet. Like none of the crazy horrible headaches that I've heard other people talk about. Although the midwife also said that the pattern she's been seeing is that it's the worst on day 3 and 4, so for me that'll be tomorrow and the next day. So we'll see how that goes. I'm also completely isolating from Jonathan. So luckily upstairs, so I've got the bedroom, so I'm in bed, and luckily upstairs we've got the bathroom and the wardrobe. So I have access to like clothes and toilet and shower and sink and stuff. But I've like completely shut myself in here, door closed, blinds closed. And then Jonathan has the rest of the house. If it turns out he has it, because he's got to take a test tomorrow on my like day 3. If it turns out he has it, then we'll just open up the house and be together again. But, you know, if he doesn't have it, I don't want to give it to him. So he has got the rest of the house. He's sleeping downstairs on the couch, which is also where he works from home. So that is fine. Every time I need food, he has to organize the food for me and leave it outside the door. He has to wash all my dishes. Oh yeah, luckily we have 2 bathrooms as well, so he's using the downstairs bathroom. Yeah, luckily our house just works quite well for, like there's 2 of most things, so there's enough space and enough like utilities and stuff for him to just be in a different area from me. We are allowing Evie to be where she wants to be, so she's with me at the moment. She spent the night with Jonathan, but she came to wake me up in the morning because normally I'm the one that feeds her, but I'm not allowed out of the room, so I couldn't feed her. I just had to deal with her kind of scratching around and being annoying until Jonathan woke up. So far Jonathan has no symptoms, which is good. I guess we'll find out tomorrow if he actually has it or not, because obviously I had it before I had symptoms. I'm almost certain that I picked it up from school because someone in my class tested positive on Sunday. So I got an email on Sunday saying that she has COVID and she had been at school on Friday. So I'm guessing that I picked it up from her because like we haven't gone anywhere else other than work. Like we saw Jonathan's parents in the weekend, but they don't have it. And Jonathan works from home and he hasn't really been and seen anyone else, so it's definitely me that's brought it home from work, and I'm assuming from that child that's in my class. But yeah, if it gets really bad I probably will not be filming because I won't be up to it at all, but I will check in with you in a day or 2 and let you know how I'm going. It's Thursday, it's my 4th day of isolation. And I can't honestly remember what I told you last time. So I'm still up here in the bedroom, haven't left the bedroom in 3.5 days now. Jonathan puts food outside the door for me and I just collect it basically, and then put my dishes back outside the door for him to take back down again. In terms of how COVID has been, it's been like a cold. I've just had a runny nose. The sore throat's almost gone at this point. I got a tiny cough, but nothing really. So it's basically runny nose. I've had kind of like a little bit of soreness, I guess, around my sinuses, like kind of in my ears and down my neck for the last day, I guess. But that's not been too bad either. I haven't had any medication. I haven't needed to have like painkillers or anything. And I had a cold a few weeks ago, and this honestly has been more mild than the cold that I had. Probably because I'm immunized against this and I'm not immunized against like just general colds. So yeah, luckily I have had the vaccines and the booster, so it's been fine. The doctor's been calling me every day this week because I'm pregnant, and my midwife has called a couple of times as well. And they're all saying as long as the baby is moving like normal, then I don't need to worry. And just to basically contact the midwife if I need anything or if I feel like the baby's not moving like normal. Baby seems to be absolutely fine. They are really going for it actually, which is quite nice. What else? Oh, Jonathan's mum popped around with some stuff for us, just some like medicine and food bits for us on Tuesday night. She got us these like vitamin C pouches. Normally we take the tablets, but she brought us these. So I've been having one of those each day. These are like the lemon and honey throat lollies for sore throats, which as you can see I haven't had one because it's not been that bad. I've got like Powerade and sports water with vitamins in it and stuff, so I'm trying to just stay really hydrated. But yeah, physically I've been okay. Yesterday I cried all afternoon though, and nothing was wrong. Like, it was fine. I think I was just lonely because I haven't had a hug in like 3 days. I haven't, like, yeah, I can see Jonathan on the screen because he calls me every day. He calls me a few times a day. I think we were on a video call for like 5 hours last night or something. As soon as he finished work, he called me and we just stayed on the video call until bedtime pretty much. So, you know, we're doing what we can to stay connected, and like I've had phone calls with other people through the week as well, but I think, you know, it is different not actually physically seeing people. So I think I just got a bit overwhelmed and lonely yesterday, and also just knowing that I wasn't even halfway through. So I did a lot of crying yesterday. My eyes are a bit sore today because I literally cried for hours. But I'm feeling a bit better today. Jonathan suggested I should go for a walk today because apparently you are actually allowed to like leave the house and go for a walk. So I might go and do that soon, get some fresh air. I do have a little deck outside the bedroom, so I spent a bit of time outside yesterday trying to get some fresh air as well, trying to like calm myself down. I've also been watching Bridgerton. So while Jonathan's at work, I've been watching Bridgerton. I never watched the first season actually, so the second season's just come out, and his sister was like, oh, by the way, if you're looking for something to do, I recommend season 2. And I was like, wow, I haven't even seen season 1 yet. So I've been watching season 1. I don't know how many episodes there are, but I think I just watched episode 6. So I don't know, I might be like halfway through season 1. Anyway, that should keep me going for the rest of the week. I am quite enjoying it actually. I heard mixed reviews, but yeah, definitely decent. And then when Jonathan finishes work, we've been playing Stardew Valley together, which actually neither of us had played before this week. So it's new for both of us, but we're really enjoying it. Anyway, I might go for my little walk. I won't go far because I am quite tired. When the doctor called yesterday and asked me how I was, and I was like, I'm fine, listed off a couple of symptoms, and they were like, yeah, but are you tired? And I was like, actually I am. I think I'm not registering it that much because the only place I can sit up here is in bed. There are no chairs up here, so I'm either on the floor or I'm on the bed. And I think because I'm just spending my whole day in bed, I'm not realizing how tired I actually am, but I like lie down. I don't sleep during the day, but I lie down and have a rest at least twice a day, which normally I wouldn't be doing. And normally I'd be actually up and active and walking around, which I'm also not doing. So the fact that I'm getting tired from literally just sitting here, yeah, so I do get very tired. So I will just go for a very short walk. I'm not going to go far from the house at all. I also don't want to bump into anybody. So yeah, I'll go for a quick walk, come home, have some lunch, and do some more relaxing. But yeah, I'm in much better spirits today. Oh, also, one more thing before I go. Because household contacts have to test on day 3 and day 7. So yesterday was day 3, so Jonathan had to take a test yesterday. And he was negative.
hence why we're still separated from each other, because if he was positive then we could both be back together again because we'd both have it, but because he doesn't have it at this stage, we're still trying to keep ourselves distanced. It's Saturday, it is day 6 of isolation. As you can see, Jonathan has allowed me to open the blinds, which is really nice. I'll close them later on in the day when he's actually down in the lounge, but at the moment he's still working like downstairs. But it does mean that Evie can come and visit me whenever she wants, and she can come and go because she can just kind of jump down there to the stairs when she wants to leave. Because before she was having to like scratch at my door if she wanted to come in, and then scratch at the door again if she wanted to come out, so she basically just stopped coming to see me because it was too much effort and she thought she might get stuck because I kept closing the door behind her. So it's nice that she can just hang out now. In terms of symptoms, they're pretty much gone. This whole thing, did I say this the other day? This whole thing has been more mild than the cold that I had a few weeks ago. It didn't even get as bad as that, which is pretty good for symptoms. I am just like more tired than usual, but that could be pregnancy. That may have nothing at all to do with COVID. So like yesterday, I didn't actually sleep, but I like lay down and rested for probably half of the time that I was awake. I pretty much lay in bed watching Bridgerton all morning until lunch, and then I was on my computer for a couple hours, and then I watched another couple episodes, and every time I watch Netflix I would lie down. So I had a lot of like lying down rest time yesterday. So today being Saturday, Jonathan's mum came round today with some more like grocery things for us. She brought us some jam. What else did we ask for? Yeah, she brought us a couple of grocery bits. The jam was because someone from my work yesterday was like, I've made a fresh loaf of bread and some cinnamon scrolls and I'm going to drop them at your house in 15 minutes. And I was like, what? Oh, it was so lovely. So we got this big basket of bread and cinnamon scrolls. Oh my gosh, her cinnamon scrolls are amazing. But also, yeah, the bread is really nice as well. It's got like lovely seeds in it. I should have shown you when I had a piece up here. But we didn't really have anything to put on the bread, so yeah, we asked Jonathan's mum to bring us some jam. But she also brought over a couple of baby bits that arrived at her place because we put her address on the registry. Does that make sense? I don't know. But anyway, she brought over the bits that are from my sister because my sister lives in the South Island, so she's not going to be coming to the baby shower, so she had to ship stuff. So I knew she had ordered the reusable nappies for us, and actually Jonathan's mum had shown us a picture of a few of them before she brought them over. But oh my gosh, aren't they gorgeous? There's a couple with this moustache print, and then little dinosaur print, kiwis, and then there's just a whole bunch of like colourful, just colour ones in there. And she also brought us the microfiber inserts to go with them. So those are super cute, and I've been looking at them for the last hour or so. But she also, and I did not realise, but she also brought us some merino onesies. I mean they're both gorgeous, but I think this one is my favourite. Look at this little woodland print. Oh, isn't it beautiful? So these are both merino, and considering we're going to have a winter baby, that is going to be perfect. Long sleeves, they feel lovely. And these are size 0 to 3 months, so depending how big the baby is when they're born, they may be straight in these, or they may need to wait a little bit before they wear these. But at least they're not going to be like too small. Like they will definitely be in these at some point, so that's good. And I think this is the first like brand new clothing that we have for the baby, because I think all the other clothes that we have, aside from, we've been made a couple of things, but everything that we've bought so far has been secondhand. So yeah, this is the first like new clothing stuff. Oh, and also Jonathan's mum brought us one more thing. She got this puzzle for me to do while I'm stuck up in my room. So I've been working on that for the last little bit. I'm just having a break now, but I really like it because it is from, well, not from Japan, but like it's a picture of a Japanese garden. And a couple years ago, Jonathan and I went on a big trip to Japan, and so I've always kind of wanted a Japanese puzzle to kind of like bring back some memories, and this is lovely. It's so colourful and vibrant. Very, very, very beautiful. But yeah, that's how I'm going so far. In other news, I took a COVID test this morning. Unfortunately, it still says I have it. We were hoping that I thought there would still be a line, but I was hoping it would be really faint by now. But it's definitely still visible. So I'll take another one tomorrow. Jonathan's got a test tomorrow as well, because tomorrow will be day 7. Household contacts have to test on day 3 and day 7. So hopefully he is still in the clear, and hopefully my test is fainter tomorrow. And the other thing, I thought I was going back to work on Monday, but apparently not. Apparently I have to have Monday off as well, which I guess is fair enough because I did test positive on a Monday. So I guess they're counting my first Monday as day 0, which would make this coming Monday day 7. So I get one more day off work, and then I'll be back at school on Tuesday, but it's only a short week because we've got Easter Friday, so it'll only be a 3-day week for me, which will be lovely. It is Monday, officially day 8, which means I am recovered. I'm allowed to go out into the world again. School didn't want me back until tomorrow, so I have today off work, which is quite nice. It means I've got a short week this week. So yeah, today I am washing all the bedding because I've been sleeping on it for a week with COVID. So bedding is in the wash, washing the towels, like trying to wash everything that I've like used in the last week. I have also just finished my puzzle actually. I think this is probably the fastest I've ever finished a puzzle this big. This is a 1,000 piece, and I finished it in about 48 hours. So yeah, it's so beautiful. And I might go and do the groceries soon because obviously we weren't able to shop in the weekend, which is when we would normally do the groceries, and now Jonathan's like working. He works from home, but he is still working, so I'll probably go and do that now. Probably we just need to figure out what we want to eat for dinners this week, and then I'm gonna go do the groceries. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I went for a walk yesterday. I'm still tired, but I think it's pregnancy, and I think, you know, after a week of not being active, I think I've just kind of slowed down a lot, so I do get really tired really easily now. But that's why I'm glad it's going to be a short week this week. Hi, I thought I would just quickly jump on and round up this vlog that I've just realised I never really finished. So it's been about 2 weeks since I got COVID, about a week since I recovered, so I've been back at work, I've done my nice short 3-day week at school, and it's now school holidays, so I'm feeling very relaxed. I've been absolutely fine. I was like a little tired back at school, but honestly, like at this point I'm 29 weeks pregnant. I think that's to be expected. I don't feel like I'm more tired than I should be at this point of the pregnancy. So I don't think there's any like COVID related symptoms that are hanging on, which is good. Jonathan also managed to get away without catching it, luckily. So we did our 7 days separated from each other. He didn't catch it, and then we kind of gradually opened the house back up again. We spent, I think it was day 7, I think it was day 7, where we had the blinds open, and he was like talking to me from another room so we could see each other, but we still weren't like in the same room. And then day 8, was it day 8 I think, the day that I was allowed to be back in the world but school didn't want me back yet, I was allowed to come downstairs and like get my own food and stuff, but we still weren't spending like heaps of time together. And then by like that evening and that night
we were kind of just, you know, gradually getting back to normal, and then that was the first night we spent together. So I really didn't want to go back to school without having seen him properly. Like, how weird would that be to spend an entire day with my class when I hadn't even seen my husband yet? So yeah, Monday night we were basically back to normal, and then Tuesday I was back at school. So yeah, I managed supposedly not to give it to anybody because we had seen his parents both the weekend that I got it but didn't know. So I texted them both to, you know, look out for symptoms, and they were fine. Jonathan was fine. No one else from my class got it. So yeah, I don't think I passed it to anybody, luckily. I am now fine. Baby is still moving like normal. I do have a scan in a few days just to check that they are growing properly. One of the things that I read with COVID and pregnancy, which I'm not sure that it's backed up by any research or enough research, but something that I've read people saying is that COVID can attack the placenta, which stops the baby from being able to grow. So I don't know if that's true or not, or if it's just people like freaking out and coming up with theories. I've got a growth scan in a few days, which will tell me whether or not they are still growing, because at that point it will have been about 2.5 weeks since I had COVID. So it's a pretty good amount of time to check that they're still growing. So hopefully that will be all good, but in terms of their movement, they seem to be fine. So fingers crossed that we're all good. And anyway, I'm going to leave the vlog there. So thanks for watching. I don't really know what you will have gotten out of the vlog. Maybe you're pregnant and worried about COVID, or maybe you're pregnant and have COVID and want to know what you might encounter. I feel like I was very lucky. I mean, so many of the staff at work have had COVID, a lot worse than me. And they're all fully vaccinated as well, so I don't know. I'm sure it's just different for everybody, but that was just my experience. And anyway, I will catch you again another time. Bye.